Hello, everybody, and tonight on Trendkillradio, we talk Dave Grohl's drinking goals, Stephen Pearcy gets wasted on stage, and Sex Pistols versus Green Day. All this and more coming up on Trendkillradio. Hello, everybody, this is Trendkillradio. I am Sean Ryan.
And I'm Coley Colgate. No, I'm Michelle Burlingame.
Tonight we have guest Michelle Burlingame. You may recognize her from our summer episode. Coley and Jimothy have they have kids to tend to.
Kids? Who has kids?
Sticky little kids. So first up, we have Dave Grohl. Are you a fan of the Foo Fighters?
Yeah, I am. Much more a fan of the Foo Fighters than a fan of Nirvana, I will say. Though I get shit about it quite frequently.
Well, I mean, like, I saw them over the summer at Blossom, and that was a really good show. You can actually see my show review of the Foo Fighters right here. I have a whole new respect for them now because there is a new story that came out with Dave Grohl about his affinity for drinking.
Yeah, and this really surprised me. I just didn't expect Dave Grohl to be such a heavy drinker. I'm impressed.
I didn't even know that okay, of course the guy, I know he drinks and I know he's got like this
I mean you're gonna.
Dave Grohl has a crazy obsession with coffee.
Yeah, Fresh Pots.
Have you seen the Fresh Pots video?
So many fucking times.
Wait, let's watch Fresh Pots real quick.
I mean, here's a man that probably has 5 Fresh Pots a day.
Come on. Justin, Fresh Pot!
He's got an insatiable thirst for coffee. I mean, if I drank that much coffee, I would cry decaf.
Yeah! Drum sounds great. Did you hear that drum roll?
No.
Celebrate me! Fresh Pots! Fresh Pots!
But yeah, Dave, I have a whole new respect for him because this dude can fucking drink. I don't know if it's played up or not. I'm sure it is. Every rock star lies a little bit. You know, I mean, I'm sure.
But this is like, I mean, Taylor Hawkins was there during the interview and he's like, describe your pre-show thing. He says, you want me to tell them how to do it? And Taylor Hawkins goes, no, don't tell them how to do it. Tell them how you do it.
And then Dave goes on to say, yeah, kids, stay in school and don't do drugs. Which, like, yeah, that was always one thing I was wondering, too, is if he was ever into drugs. I think I did do a little bit of backstory, like, looking into that one day, because I was just like, was this guy ever, like, a drug addict, too? Because, like, I know he likes to party, but he doesn't seem like he's ever been the guy that was, like, super bad into drugs. Yeah. And I don't think he was. Maybe a little bit, but I mean probably
either. Like you never hear like Dave Grohl fucked up on stage, you know, like maybe other people who are in the news quite often for fucking up on stage.
Yeah, and you'll see that in our next story.
Yeah, coming right up.
I mean, Taylor Hawkins, though, I remember he had a story, I think he was on a plane or something like that, and his heart stopped beating because he was taking too many muscle relaxers.
For like fear of flying or just taking muscle relaxers?
I don't know. I think he just really liked him.
Yeah, so let's talk about Dave Grohl's pre-show routine, which is fucking ridiculous.
This one, and I'm sorry I have to kind of like read off notes because there's a lot in here, and this would be like a whole fucking monologue that I'd have to read. Like I'm not good. I don't work on Saturday Night Live, and I'm not an actor. Like I can't memorize this shit. Like, but it's insane though. So an hour and a half before the gig, he takes 3 Advil, which I think is silly. You want to take 2 a leave. That's gonna last 12 hours, and then he'll have a Coors Light. I disagree. But they are the same company, so Miller Lite, thanks for the beer. And then about 50 minutes before the gig, I hit my first shot of Jaeger.
Shot of Jaeger.
Finish the Coors Lights, and then I get another Coors Light going.
Bing.
So what are we up to? 2 or 3 Coors Lights?
2 Coors, 1 shot of Jaeger.
Okay. Grohl continue. Now there's a bunch of people around, so I'm throwing shots at everybody, and then I'm taking shots with everyone in the room because, yeah, you're about to go on stage. You're gonna party.
Well, no, let's call that 3 shots of Jaeger, now 2 Coors.
Okay, so we got 5 drinks going on within the past 50 minutes, or 50 minutes before the gig. So, yeah, 40 minutes. He's got that going so far. Yeah. The next Coors Light is down. I got a cold one.
He's got to get
We're
a
up
cold
to
one.
3. And then he goes, is this bad before continuing? I've done this every night for the past year and a half. No, it's not bad. Well, you know what? We'll get into our opinions on this after.
Yeah, so here he says he clarifies that by about 20 minutes before the show, he's had 3 to 4 shots and 3 Coors Lights within 70 minutes. An hour and 10 minutes, he's had 3 or 4 shots of Jaeger. Let me clarify. These are not just, like, shots.
100 proof? Is that even legal?
I like a nice clean vodka, a nice solo distillery or something like that of vodka.
Right.
It doesn't get you fucking wasted. Like, Jaeger's on a whole nother level.
It's good.
I hate Jaeger. It's disgusting. The handlers clear about 20 minutes before they go on stage. Him and the rest of the band, they finish off the bottle.
Everybody get naked. Come on, don't be stuck up. It's going to be great.
So what was your count? 8 drinks so far? 8 or 9? And then more.
Like, yeah. 3 to 4. Yeah, that's like 7. He said 3 to 4 shots.
And then it's time to crack another beer and then have a cold one as I walk up.
Which is 4 Coors.
Okay, yeah.
And he's also drinking Jaeger on stage. He's drinking Jaeger on stage, and he's still that fucking good. Here's my question. Do you think that being friends with Lemmy led him to this level of drinking pre-show, or do you think that's unrelated? Do you think he was always like this?
That's a good question. I'm sure Lemmy has a part in it.
He's got to. He has got to.
Yeah.
You know who's drinking routine I'd really like to know about is Henry Rollins, because I doubt he does. But
he doesn't.
I also
I think
doubt
that dude's clean.
I didn't think that Dave Grohl did this, but yeah, like I know that Henry Rollins, like what is his pre-show routine? What does does he just drink water and be rad?
Oh no, I think he's I think isn't he like straight edge? He's got to be.
I don't know if he's straight edge, but I don't think he's like.
I don't think
definitely not this level. He might have like
he's too intense.
Beer once.
He's too intense. I think I don't think he drinks. Experts say if you want to even call them experts, I'm sure they're doctors. They say mixing that much alcohol and anti-inflammatories like ibuprofen, like Advil, like Aleve, that's super not good. I say super not good a lot. Super not good for your liver. Which. The fuck that guy. I don't care about him. Damn him.
We already said something about Lemmy. He had an okay liver, right? He was fine.
That dude lived for a very, very long time.
He was fine.
Yeah.
He drank so much. He was fine.
I'm just amazed that he was able to he puts on like a 2.5 hour show, that he's able to do that. So I really want to say, I mean, Foo Fighters, they're known for dicking around with people and screwing around with interviews. Every rock star likes to screw around with interviewers that always constantly ask the same questions. This seems like something that probably comes up. I'm sure they're doing an interview a day, at least one.
Yeah.
No matter where they go. They've been on the world tour for a year and a half. So, you know what? I kind of don't believe it. I think it's a little bit of bullshit. That's 10 drinks or something like that by the time he's on stage?
Well, you can't really count the bottle of Jaeger. That's kind of like...
I know. That's...
an unknown quantity. But...
That's kind of bullshit. I don't know. I don't. Do you believe it?
I like 75% believe it.
I don't.
It's just...
But I mean, then again, you look at like Motley Crue's history and Nikki Sixx. He bangs some hookers and do a couple lines and shoot up heroin and then go drink some gasoline. Yeah, drink a quart of gasoline and then go play a show. You be the judge. Let us know in the comments. Do you think he's full of shit? Do you think Dave Grohl is a liar? Because you know what actually bothered me the most about this story is not actually his drinking, but there was a certified holistic lifestyle coach named Mike Schwartz penned a rebuttal to Grohl's comments, emphasizing his disappointment with the former Nirvana drummer boasting.
Great.
And then he said it was bad that he pressures his bandmates to drink with him.
He's Dave fucking Grohl. Okay.
Like.
If Dave Grohl says jump off a bridge, you fucking jump off a bridge.
Shut up, Mike Schwartz. Mind your own fucking business. How about that, Mike Schwartz? You stick to being a vegan, getting your energy from...
Holistic lifestyle coach.
I know. I don't eat. I just look at the sun, and it gives me energy. What a California title that would be. We're in Cleveland, Ohio right here, so certified holistic lifestyle coach. Yeah, you won't be finding those around this area at all. Go to Detroit and see if you can find a holistic lifestyle coach. God, I hate California. I love being there for like 3 days, and then I'm like, I've had enough. These people are fucking weird. Speaking of alcoholics, who knows who Stephen Pearcy is? Stephen Pearcy, the lead singer of Rat, still somehow. The fucker's still alive. What was he, like 62, I think they said? Not 100% positive. Fucking look it up for yourself. It's not worth my time. Okay, so way back in September 26th, Rat, with the just ever-changing fucking band members that they have. Is Bobby Blotzer in there? I don't know. Is Stephen Pearcy in there? No, he's in the third version of Rat down the street. Like, this is the worst band ever. Them and LA Guns, really.
Imagine a situation where two Rats were playing
across
the same street.
Oh, man, would that be good if they were
like
one's at the Whiskey and one's at the Troubadour? Like, because LA Guns did that same thing, too, where there was Tracy Guns, LA Guns, and then there was LA Guns. And there's always lawsuits, and it's like, you guys don't even have the money to afford the lawyers to sue the band members that don't make enough money from the band that didn't make enough money in the first place. You could say it goes round and round. Oh! I went there. I went there. So anyways, on September 26th, Rat played a show in Huntington, New York. Something was a little funny with Stephen Pearcy.
Roll the clip, Sean.
Not yet. Yes, but this is the Rat incarnation where there are only two original members, Stephen Pearcy and Juan Crocier. I don't fucking know.
Do you know how to pronounce his name? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah. It's your problem, not mine. I don't care. He's the bass player of Rat. It wasn't even worth my time trying to pronounce it. I'm sure he's a nice guy. He's cool. They're playing a show, and there's definitely something up with Stephen Pearcy. And you know what it was? He was completely fucked up. He was stumbling around on stage, slurring his words, not hitting his notes, barely alive. He was basically Corpsey the Clown, dancing round and round on there. And he goes and has a nice sit on the drum riser, and Juan, he goes and says,
a little Papa Squat, you know.
Yeah, you need a little rest.
Sing your most famous song, sitting down.
What did Juan say though?
So first of all, he calls him Mr. Stephen Pearcy, but moving on, he just says, "Let me say something, all right? In case you guys didn't notice, Mr. Stephen Pearcy is in a lot of pain, but tonight we said there's no way we're canceling this show because we love you guys. We love each and every one of you, and thank you so much for coming down. We promise we'll be back without the injury, okay? Thank you so much for your understanding. We're going to keep going and do our best."
So then they get to Round and Round, their most famous hit, and you know what? Let's just take a look right now.
I've seen people karaoke this song and do better. The person in front of the person taking the video is doing like a selfie. They're not even pointing their phone at Stephen Pearcy. They're like,
I wouldn't either.
Videoing themselves.
I wouldn't
watching Stephen Pearcy.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's a lot more entertaining, probably.
No, it is the only
right now.
It is the only time that you should be that selfish because you don't want to look at the abomination that's actually going on stage right now. We'll just wait till it gets to the chorus one more time. Or wait, this gets better. He knew his cues, though.
Yeah.
He did know his cues, which was amazing.
What was he doing? He's grabbing on
I know.
the drums.
He's holding on to the fucking toms, which are only on a stand. Like, they are not going to help. I know. I was watching this like watching a glass like too close to the edge of a table, and like you're just going, oh. And that drummer's not even giving two fucks. Yeah. He's just like, I'm doing my job.
Steven again.
I want my $250 at the end of this. I don't care. I'm here. Bad news.
Yeah.
Altogether. So that was hilarious. This is a drunken episode. There's a lot of drunk talk going on here.
What are you looking at?
after that performance, it was basically deemed that Steven, he did have a knee injury, and he was fucked up. He was totally fucked up. He was taking pain meds and drinking hard liquor.
It.
He
apologized
and
on
he went
Twitter.
on Facebook.
Facebook or Twitter? Was
Facebook.
it Facebook? Oh, yeah, that's right.
Facebook post on the band site. Yeah, I know. I don't even have a Twitter.
I know.
Cleveland's not a big Twitter town. But he goes, I just want to apologize for Rat fans last night's performance, and especially to those that were at the show. I'm dealing with pain management issues due to a bad knee, and that is scheduled to be replaced in January. So, I took pain meds, and I drank a lot of liquor, and I fucked up. I apologize. You know what? After this story had come out, like a day or two later or something, a new video emerged of Steven and the whole Rat gang.
The Rats.
The Rats. A new video had emerged of the Rats playing another show, and you know what? He was good. He was good. He had his shit together. And he learned from his mistakes. But I think when you come from that time period, though, like you can't do cocaine all. I'm not feeling good. Well, do cocaine about it. So he drinks and he took some pain meds or whatever, and he mixed them together and had a. Of course, it's going to have a faulty effect, but he just overdid it.
Do you think he?
I don't know. But he's having.
He's just like an old guy. He didn't think about it before he drank on stage.
Yeah,
he's like, oh shit, I took pain pills.
Yeah, he's
round. I genuinely think it was probably an accident.
Yeah.
I don't think he was like, yeah, I'm going to get fucked up, feel like shit. I think he was just like, drinky, oh no.
The fans still loved it. There's different video, and I saw them all cheering and pumping their fists, and it was a lot of people in their 40s on their.
Looks like they're having fun. Everybody in the front with their phones instead of watching the show
on a Wednesday or something.
Right.
Stephen Pearcy, good luck to you and the rest of the Rats. And on to our final segment, John Lydon, a.k.a. Johnny Rotten from the Sex Pistols. There was a recent interview with the New York Times with Johnny Rotten, John Lydon. That was they asked him about the state of punk and where he sees it, and like if he's a big fan of Green Day, and he No, he doesn't.
No,
he doesn't fucking
not.
like them.
Spoiler alert.
He goes, quote, it's embarrassing, really, he said, of punk bands with spiky haircuts trying to keep 1978 alive. He says, how many bands out there are just like Green Day now? I look at them and I have to laugh. They're coat hangers, A turgid, is it turgid?
Turgid.
Turgid. That's a unique. I don't use that often.
Turgid. It's a turgid version of something that doesn't actually belong to them.
Okay. I don't often use that word. That's I like that. That's good. Thank you, Johnny. I'm going to use that from now on. A turgid version of something that doesn't actually belong to them. What do you think?
I think what's more depressing than new punk bands like Green Day. They've been doing it for fucking 30 years, so...
Yeah, I know. Didn't they come out like in
where
88 or 89, right?
Where have you been, Johnny Rotten? But anyway, I think what's more embarrassing is his British butter. Have you ever seen those commercials that John Lydon did for some, like, English butter company? Oh, my fucking God.
Do I buy Country Life butter because it's British? Do I buy Country Life because I yearn for the British countryside? Or because it's made only from British milk? No, I buy Country Life because I think it tastes the best.
Maybe
They
I
are
did. That almost
hilarious.
rings a bell a little bit.
Buy better British butter. And he's doing, like, his Johnny Rotten, like, eyeball thing, because that's all he can do. That, like, it's just natural for him because he can't see. That's why he's got that look, is because when he was a kid, he, like, had a health thing. To see what he's doing, he
bulges his eyes
he
out.
has to do this to, like, see. That's just the way that he focuses, and that just hurts to do.
Do that at the camera. Wait, no, we can't see your
There's
fucking
a glare.
glasses.
But yeah, like I think he's pretty embarrassing. I think the Sex Pistols, they're a manufactured band, first of all. They were put together by a clothing shop, the Sex Shop. So
Really?
Yeah, that's why they're the Sex Pistols.
No shit.
Yeah, they were a manufactured band by Malcolm McLaren. McLaren? I want to say McLaren. I always say Malcolm McDowell, and I know that's wrong.
As much, yeah, I know that's the actor.
Yeah.
As much as I do love the Sex Pistols, like I they've only had one album, but I don't know a whole huge history on them. Because it came out so long ago, and I just never bothered.
See that Sex
and
Pistols,
I didn't do my research for the show.
Yeah, never mind the Bollocks. Here's the Sex Pistols. That was the first CD I ever bought as a kid, alongside Weird Al's Greatest Hits Volume 2. So if that makes a whole lot of sense for who
Weird
I am
Al's
as a
got
person.
more hits than the Sex Pistols.
Yeah, that's true. He does.
He's had 2 albums worth.
You can enjoy the Sex Pistols if you want. There's nothing wrong with enjoying the Sex Pistols, but you have to remember they're just as fucking manufactured as any other popular punk band.
I give them more credit than you're giving them.
I'm not trying to not give them credit. And, like, one thing that you have to remember is, like, John Lydon did end up having a more successful career later with, well, I don't know if it's more successful than the Sex Pistols, but, like, Public Image Limited, PIL, like, he went on he did the whole new age thing. Like, out of all of the Sex Pistols, he was probably the only one who was actually, like, a musical person, like, talented, wanted to actually do that.
Steve Jones went on to do quite a few things.
He
had a band called
like,
The Neurotic Outsiders with Matt Sorum and Duff McKagan.
Johnny Rotten used to hang out with Bob Marley in that whole 70s era. Yeah. If you want to learn about Sid Vicious,
if anything she's saying wrong, don't yell at me about it.
No, this is like the shit that, I mean,
I don't know.
You can like flash to a picture of teenage Michelle right now with pink hair and a studded belt and shit. Like, I know what I'm talking about. For the most part, I know what I'm talking about.
I'm more interested. I'm going to go to my local library and look up more about Johnny Rotten. Yeah, so Johnny Rotten, he goes on to say that punk has basically become a caricature of its former self, which it's been, and I don't know, honestly, in my opinion, I think it's been a caricature of its former self for a very, very long time, for decades. I mean, it's always been, it kind of reminds me of Marilyn Manson and how all his fans said they were so unique because of the way that they dressed. But when you're standing in a crowd of 40,000 people dressed exactly like you, how unique are you? Mm-hmm. What defines you as punk? You know, like, just like SLC punk, you know, like, was it the thing of, like, having blue spiked hair and plaid pants or something like that? Or was it, you know, like, I think the most punk thing to do is to have that attitude. I think punk is more of an attitude than it is a clothing style, which really, that's all it is.
I love you guys. Don't get me wrong. It's all about this. But for the first time in my life, I'm 18 and I can say, fuck you!
And he, you know, John had gone on to say, like, you know, it's just it's a perfect backdrop to sell a pair of sneakers, and that really is.
Funny.
I mean,
that's the whole point, was that the Sex Pistols are called the Sex Pistols because of the sex shop in London where they got all their clothing. Yeah, that's where they got all their clothing. So when the Sex Pistols would play, they would wear all clothes they got from the sex shop, which I believe was Vivienne Westwood. Or she was involved in some way with the sex shop.
Well, I mean, just to
He's
settle
just
it.
the wrong person to say this shit.
Just to settle it, he goes, I just don't understand it. I think it's kind of tinny, two bob. I don't know what kind of.
2 bob, like 2 cents, like cheap. 2 bob is like nothing.
What's a bob?
A bit.
What's a bit? 2 bob version of something that was far deeper and carried more significance. And that for me as a band, they're not very significant. They are melange.
They're melange.
He says they're closer to Billy Idol than he is himself.
Yeah, what the fuck is wrong with Billy Idol? Nothing.
Nothing.
There's a lot going on in that general group of ex-punkers. Viv Albertine from the Slits just put out another memoir. She grew up with John Lydon. Basically, they're basically the same age, but Ari Up from the Slits, Viv Albertine was in the Slits, she was the guitar player. Ari Up's mom married John Lydon. They've been married since the 70s.
He's been married since the 70s?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who knew John Lydon
70s.
was monogamous?
Yeah, so he actually
There's a lot I don't know about this guy.
I
apologize. I normally do so much more back history and stuff that I can kind of
That's okay.
back up the things that I say. But you know what? She's got it tonight.
I got it covered.
Thank you.
He raised Ari Up's children. Her mother and John Lydon adopted her kids and raised them when she got cancer. She died from cancer that she refused to get treated. But I think that whole group of people they've been in the news a lot more recently just because, like, there's more attention because of Viv's book and maybe PIL's putting out a new album.
Yeah, John always, he struck me as not the fucking menace that a lot of people painted him out to be and be a big pain in the ass, and that he just spits on people and snot rockets and shit at everyone and stuff. Like, I think he's a pretty normal guy. I think he's just very outspoken, really.
Yeah. Would you expect your grandfather to even know Green Day?
To know about, I mean, I'm drawing a blank right now of like punk bands that are out now, because like punk is like it's not as big as like post-hardcore, like screamo's not even a big thing anymore. Like, I'm trying to think of even the genre that punk has kind of turned into. Of course, punk is still around. I mean,
People
I hear them
punk anymore. They listen to SoundCloud rappers. Little pump. Fuck.
So that was our show tonight. This was Trendkill Radio. I'd like to thank everybody for watching. I'd like to thank our guest, Michelle Burlingame. Would you like to plug what you're plugging?
If you like Futurama, or even if you don't,
what we need to pick up.
I'm going to put it down, and then you're all going to pick it up.
Okay.
If you like Futurama, or even if you don't, but you want to listen to me talk, you can listen to Slurmcast, a podcast for no reason, on iTunes, Spotify, Google, whatever the fuck. Your podcatcher of choice, we're on all of them. You could go see Slurmcast on Facebook, Slurmcast on Instagram. We got a Twitter. We got all the things. We have a TeePublic shop that no one ever buys t-shirts from. We make like 5 cents per t-shirt, so go buy a t-shirt. But anyway, listen to us. We do episode by episode Futurama talk.
It is. I was
Sean
on there.
on one of our more recent episodes.
A couple of episodes ago.
You can check it out. Trying to get some more people to come on. You may be familiar with. We've had comedian Jim Twos was on.
Yes. You've had Bill
Squire
Jim,
multiple times.
Bill Squire, yeah.
Nikki Delamotte, she's been on she's from Cleveland.com.
Yeah.
Laura Wimbles, author of Faces of Cleveland.
I thought you were going to say Faces of Death.
No.
I was like, oh, man, that would be a really good one.
We've had a lot of cool people on, so
it is a very funny show. It's good. It's pretty good. And that is it for the rest of our show. Thank you guys very much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for the new subscribers. Thank you guys for all the new Facebook likes. You can find us at Facebook at facebook.com/TrendkillRadio216. I am your host, Sean Ryan. Thank you to my guest, Michelle Burlingame, and her. Be sure to check out her podcast, Slurmcast, a podcast for no reason.
Raisin, Raeson.
Yes.
If you watch Futurama, you know what that means.
Yes. And thank you very much. Good night. Be safe. Hello, everybody, and tonight on Trendkill Radio, we discuss Dave Grohl's drinking Grohls. Hello, everybody. Hello. It's not. If they made a red licorice flavored little Jaeger, I would drink that.
I'm one of those weirdos that likes black licorice.
So you like anisette and shit?
I'm into Jaeger. Gross.
I blew it that way.